Welcome back to TLDR's daily briefing for Friday the 11th of July 2025. In today's episode, we'll cover how a New Hampshire judge has halted Trump's changes to American birthright citizenship laws, the new deal agreed by Israel and the EU to allow more aid into Gaza, and Trump's latest tariff threat on Canadian goods. But first, a new France-UK migrant deal. On Thursday, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron unveiled a new so-called one-in, one-out scheme aimed at deterring crossings over the English Channel by migrants in small boats. The pilot scheme, which Starmer says will begin within weeks, will see small boat arrivals being returned to France in exchange for an equal number of asylum seekers who will be able to come to the UK from France through a new legal route. It was announced at the end of a 3-day visit by the French president, which was aimed at highlighting the new post-Brexit cooperative relationship that the Labour government is embarking on. Keir Starmer hailed the deal as groundbreaking, but several details remain unclear, including exactly how the scheme will get going, as it will need to get approval from the EU, and how many people it will actually move. The government, for example, has not denied reports that the pilot scheme will initially allow just 50 people per week, which is about 6% of the average weekly total, according to The Guardian. Small boat channel crossings are a hot political topic that successive governments have struggled to address. Since the beginning of the year, around 21,117 people have made the dangerous crossing from France to the UK. That's about a 50% rise on the same period in 2024. And so far this year, at least 14 people have died while attempting to cross. So there's been a mixed reaction to this new announcement. The opposition Conservative Party described it as a gimmick. The UN Refugee Agency, meanwhile, welcomed the announcement, saying that while full details are not yet available, if appropriately implemented, it could help achieve a more managed and shared approach, offering alternatives to dangerous journeys, while upholding access to asylum. However, other aid and refugee organisations have been more critical. The International Rescue Committee, for example, called it yet another step in the wrong direction, doubling down on deterrence rather than offering meaningful protection. Emmanuel Macron has also made headlines for other reasons during his state visit to the UK, notably his comments on Brexit. During a speech at London's Guildhall on Wednesday, Macron said that he was respectful of the voice of the people, but the European Union was stronger with the UK, and the UK was stronger with the European Union. Then, in his final press conference on Thursday, he said that the British people were sold a lie that Brexit would make it possible to fight more effectively against illegal immigration, and that the record number of channel crossings since proves otherwise. You're listening to TLDR's Daily Briefing. If you want more explainers on what's happening around the world, then you should check out TLDR's other channels. Today we release videos explaining why Trump is turning on Putin and why Azerbaijan has turned on Russia. You can find those videos linked in the description or show notes on this episode, or by searching for TLDR on YouTube or Nebula. A federal judge in New Hampshire issued a ruling on Thursday which prohibited Donald Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship from taking effect anywhere in the United States. Trump's ruling denies automatic citizenship to children born in the US to undocumented or temporary residents. The class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of a pregnant woman and 2 parents and their infants. The case is just one of many which challenges Trump's adjustment to American birthright citizenship laws, which, according to the Constitution's 14th Amendment, citizenship is guaranteed to anyone born on US soil. The federal judge in question called the threat of stripping citizenship irreparable harm and not a close call. His order may fast-track the issue to the Supreme Court, which recently limited nationwide injunctions. White House officials have criticized the ruling, while immigrant advocates praise the protection that it offers families nationwide. Similar legal battles are ongoing in several states. Next up, the European Union's top diplomat, Kaja Kallas, announced that the European bloc and Israel have reached a deal to expand humanitarian aid entering Gaza. For the last 11 weeks, Israel has blocked all food delivered by international aid agencies into Gaza, arguing that they were being seized and sold by Hamas militants. The new deal outlines measures including an increase in daily trucks for food, fuel, and other items entering Gaza, the opening of several other crossing points into both the northern and southern areas, the reopening of the Jordanian and Egyptian aid routes, as well as the distribution of food supplies through bakeries and public kitchens throughout the Strip. Meanwhile, hours after the deal was announced, an Israeli airstrike killed at least 15 people, including 10 children who were waiting for medical supplies, reportedly including nutritional supplements, near a clinic in Gaza, drawing outrage from international humanitarian groups, including UNICEF. Finally, Donald Trump has said that he'll impose a 35% tariff on Canadian goods, a 10% increase from the current 25% rate, even as the countries were days away from a self-imposed deadline to reach a new trade deal. In a letter revealed on his social media platform, Trump told Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney that the new rate would go into effect on August 1st and would go up if Canada retaliated. Trump complained in his letter about what he referred to as the flow of fentanyl from Canada, as well as the country's tariff and non-tariff barriers that hurt US dairy farmers and others, saying that the trade deficit was a threat to the US economy and national security. In response, Carney took to X, saying, "Canada has made vital progress to stop the scourge of fentanyl in North America. We're committed to continuing our work with the United States to save lives and protect communities in both of our countries." That's all for today, but we'll be back next week, so make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen. This was a TLDR News production, hosted by Jack Kelly, written by Rory Taylor and Nadja Lovadinov, and produced by Scarlett Watchorn. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back again on Monday.